for Little Life. So basically, my name is Maame Tekyiwa Botchway. I'm a pediatric surgeon. I did my pediatric surgical training in South Africa. And whilst I was there, I realized that we don't have many pediatric surgeons in Ghana. At the time I finished, there were just 12 pediatric surgeons and 2 had retired, meaning that there were just 10. Of the 10, about half of them were in Accra and the other half were in Kumasi. So people in the northern region, western region, they didn't have pediatric surgeons. It meant the general surgeons or general medical officers had to attend to them. Even with adult surgery, there's a burden, so you can imagine the burden of pediatric surgery. So when I finished, God laid it upon my heart to set up this NGO. If you look at my t-shirt, you see that our logo is in the form of an egg. I believe that every child in Ghana, it doesn't matter where they're coming from. It doesn't matter their socioeconomic background. It doesn't matter their color, their tribe, whether they are from Ashanti, Ewe, Ga, Northern, Frafra, wherever they are. Every child has a potential. So they are like eggs of different colors, and the black is support. If they're given the right support, they'll be able to reach their potential when they grow up. I became a pediatric surgeon because my parents gave me the right support. And I believe that there are children out there who need that support. So I decided to form this NGO to bring hope to children and their families through H, health, O, outreach, P, personal grooming, and E is education. As a pediatric surgeon, of course, my core competence is pediatric surgery. So we go to these areas, we liaise with the doctors over there, we get a place with a theater, and they book cases. So we go and do hernias, we go and do hypospadias. Some people, the tip of their penis, where the urine comes, it's not at the tip, it's under the surface. So we go and construct it, some emergencies. So that's what we do. But to add to that, it's not just the health. A human being is a holistic person. So we give out books to children. We also paint schools because some of the places we go, the schools are so in a deplorable state. So we paint it at least to make it look attractive. We give textbook and learning materials, and we also encourage the children. When I went to cater, some of the children mentioned great ambitions. Some said they wanted to be nurses, soldiers, doctors, scientists, teachers, name it. And I told them that they are the future. So we believe in them. They can be whatever they want to be. We also do medical screening where we pick up certain medical conditions and we deworm all the children, give them blood tonic, multivite to ensure that they grow well. We also go with public health nurses who educate the parents about good eating, personal grooming, and all of that. We normally have our outreaches during the Easter and Christmas. So because it's festive occasions, we also have parties for them and we give them clothes. My first outreach was in the Upper West region. I chose there because I had gone there before as a medical student. And when I saw the children, I was disheartened and I pinched myself to ask myself that, is this part of Ghana? Some of their clothes were tattered. So because of that, I speak to my friends who have fairly used clothes. Sometimes when I travel outside and I'm coming, instead of coming with my own personal belongings, I solicit for clothes from my friends outside and I bring them as my luggages and then we package them very nicely. I remember when we went to Nkranza, there was a little boy. He's such a handsome boy. He had a shirt, he had a suit, he had trousers, shoes. It was a complete package. So basically, this is what Hope for Little Life, sending hope to children in underprivileged communities.
Since you started, what are some of the challenges and how do you think that government can be of support in this initiative?
A major challenge is funding. So for instance, for a child to have a hernia repair with NHIS, it's between about 800 to 1,000 Ghana cedis, even with NHIS. So what we do is that we ensure all the children have NHIS so that the hospital will be reimbursed after the procedure, so that parents don't have to pay out of pocket. So what we do is that we go around, we get specialists, doctors, physicians, anesthetists, nurses. So we need money to transport them. We don't pay any volunteer. We don't pay anybody. So we house the volunteer. So the money we need is for our trip. You know, sometimes we need to buy anesthetic drugs because before you operate on children, they need to sleep for you to be able to operate on them. So money, I personally go from door to door begging companies for them to help us. Sometimes too, when we decide to go to a community, they don't receive us. Sometimes they feel that as if it's my NGO, but it's not because of me. It's not about me. So sometimes it's very difficult getting to the people, you know. When we even contact some of the MPs, it's very difficult. Some of them don't. Sometimes all we ask them for is to give us accommodation so that, but a few of them do well, they help us they give us accommodation, some give us the food. Because I can't pay the surgeons, like Professor Hesse, she leaves her Christmas and she decides to go just for the surgeries, just to make sure that it's a beautiful thing. And sometimes getting funds is a problem. And the local people, sometimes the MCEs, they don't help. Another thing too is that when we go, the headmasters are so eager. You know, I decided to form reading clubs in some of the schools to encourage the children so that when they read a book, they would, when the headmasters need something, oh, they'll call you, oh, doctor, we need to paint, this, that. We go and paint. And now when I'm asking them that, how are the children doing? Can they? Now they don't pick my calls. So we've decided to have an undertaking that before we do anything in the school, you need to promise us that you need to give us feedback for us to know what you're doing. And we are still trying to get the district health directors involved, because sometimes it's difficult. We want to go, but sometimes getting a region to go is a problem, and we need money. That's what helps us to do what we do.